This is the Conrad Alert. Civil defense information will be broadcast at 6:40.
West of the Rockies, you're on the air. Hello.
Y2K, how can we prepare?
Stop a few of their machines and radios. Throw them into darkness for a few hours.
We are fighting for our lives. My family must survive.
Over 5 years, 1,000 gallons of gas, air filtration, water filtration.
Hey guys, Toolman Tim here, along with Mrs Toolman. How are you, baby?
Good.
Good. I haven't seen you in at least a whole minute. I think you were in the other room, and yeah, so we now have a cabin here. Hopefully you guys can hear the audio pretty good. We got just a little different setup. It's been raining on and off, so hopefully we won't have too much problem with the Starlink. You know, if it winks out once or twice, hang with us. We're here. If the sound gets... You said when you were home and I was on live, you couldn't really hear the rain on the roof, could you?
No, but it's been pretty wild.
It has been pretty wild. So I guess we'll see where we end up, don't we? So
yeah.
See one step closer in here tonight. Good to see you, Jeremy. Always good to see you. So what have we been up to lately, Mrs. Cook?
What haven't we been?
Well, that is true. I was trying to figure out what day the road trip, how many days it has been for a road trip so far. I guess I could probably calculate really quick. I meant to put that in the thing. So tomorrow will be 30 days, and it was the 19th when I left. So that's 20, what was that, 12 and 30, day 42. So Beth Emily, glad you're up late. Good to see you, Beth Emily. So we're on day 42. We have...
You're on day 42.
I'm on day 42. Yeah, but you've put more miles on than I have in theory, because you've flown down here twice, you crazy fool. So so day 42, I said, right? Yep. So day 42, actually tomorrow will be 42. And it's been one hell of a trip. We're a little burnt out, aren't we?
Yeah.
Just wore down. Just need a day or two of just, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it's not a bad thing. So let's recap. So where did we, the last time I had you on was right after SRF with the girls, right?
Yeah, I didn't do much talking. You were just talking.
No, that was okay. But you were there. So let's fill in. So that was the last live stream you were on. And then you hopped on a plane the next day. That day, actually, wasn't it? It was day. Yeah.
It was that day, because we did it early in the morning, then we left late.
Yeah, you did. Crazy. So you hopped on the plane. You flew back to Canada for 12 days? It seemed longer than that and shorter than that. Yeah, so it was less than 2 weeks you flew back. And in the meantime, you worked at the daycare the full time.
Worked at the daycare, went to volleyball provincials.
And then took
lived in a hotel for the whole week working at the daycare.
Pretty much.
Went to the provincials and then took a cab from Red Deer to Calgary.
Which is what, an hour and a half cab ride?
Hour and a half. And then I stayed overnight and jumped on a plane, come back.
Great. So then you landed and we went pretty much right away that night to see. I was like, I'm going to thank you for it, baby, because it has not stopped. I warned her from the day she landed until today. I knew it was going to be hectic for a bit. So that night we went to see Civil War, the movie, which was awesome. Loved it. Then we got up in the morning. We drove back, met up with John, and I stopped at John's at SOE, and we recorded. You waited, so you had a little downtime. Mm-hmm. We recorded a live stream. A review of Civil War, which is a hell of a lot of fun if you haven't seen it yet. Then from there, we rushed straight down to meet Corey and Brian, and Norman and Herschel for
dinner.
Yeah, dinner, and it would have been perfect. Except I went the wrong way, right?
You did.
So we were about a half hour late, but that was okay. Just give them a chance to drink more margaritas, didn't it?
We got there.
We did. Had a hell of a time. Had my first margarita.
Yep.
It was okay. I didn't hate it. Didn't love it. It won't. Let's just say there is not a margarita taking the place of an old fashioned in the future. So, hey, I see Nate Lemaster, Angie Marie. Good to see you, Digger. Great to see you. So then, okay, where'd we go from there, baby? So we did that.
And then we had one night here. That was the night.
That was just that night, wasn't it? Holy shit.
And then
did we really?
And then the next morning we head down to Gordonsville for Nicole's.
We really did, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So
because you're trying to kill me.
I am trying to kill you. Yeah. So you spent, yeah. Oh my goodness. We really did. So the very next morning we get up and head straight to Gordonsville, which is basically where Nicole lives.
Yeah.
We showed up on Wednesday. We didn't go Wednesday night. So we have decided that 4 nights of LFTN is way too fucking much for us.
Well, and we had laundry and stuff to do.
We did, but we really, but truth be told, 4 late nights we can't do anymore.
No, we can't.
We're
can't
too
even
old.
do 2 late nights.
I know.
Like, no, and then we went out. We went out to Nicole's on Thursday morning.
Yeah, so we chilled Wednesday night, got some shopping done. So we had some grub for the hotel, and here comes the thunder. So as soon as we start, that's cool. So maybe we'll get some lightning, but don't have to worry about a power outage, do we?
No.
So all right, so that brings us to Thursday of LFTN. So LFTN, if there's anybody out there that doesn't know, is Living Free in Tennessee. Nicole Sauce, anybody listening on the audio, good friend of ours. This was the 3rd year in a row that we went to her event. I emceed and I did my presentation. Failure's not an option. So for anybody who's never done a big 3-day spring workshop event, what's it like, Mrs. Cook?
Well, I found this one was actually it was a lot more laid back than last year's.
Pretty chill, hey?
There wasn't as many new people, which was kind of a bummer because you want to be able to meet new people.
Absolutely.
But it's a lot, but it doesn't have to be. Like you can like, I didn't go to a lot of the presentations because, like nothing personal against any of the presenters or anything, but it's just I just kind of laid back, but I was also working too. Right. So yeah, you were on the phone a lot, which is fine. And I tried not to be, but no, it's all right. It's part of the course. Like if they need me down there, then they have to accept the fact that I'm going to be on my phone. We did Thursday and Friday night, Thursday and Friday you were on the phone a lot, and for Saturday you were good. Yeah, and then we knew that. But Thursday we left early, about 8. Yeah, we didn't stay to 8:30. So it's about 8:30ish. Yeah. So Thursday was good. There was Porterhouse. If you don't know Porterhouse and Teal, he has a great YouTube channel. A guy I consider a really good friend. And the first day he did a presentation called "Finding Water Where There Is No Water," and that might have been. So I'm not one to listen to presentations a lot because I like to walk around and talk. But when I am seeing an event like Nicole's, I tend to, because I'll have to go down the hill, present, or, MC, and then there's an hour presentation and then another MC. So I don't mind. I enjoy it. And so that day was great. John Pugliano did one. Hey, there he is. Tactical Redneck says, we didn't need you down here. We just wanted you here. Aw, I appreciate you. It's good to see you, Tactical. I hope your wedding went good, brother. And I would love to see a picture of you in a suit, for the record. Yeah, waiting on that picture. That's right. So we had a hell of a time. So here's the other thing. We have decided to pace ourselves just a little more at these events because we used to, the first couple of years, it was, man, and this is going to sound funny, but we'd leave the event about 10 o'clock every night. And there'd be, I think it was time. There was one that was almost 11. So, and then we have a half an hour drive back to the hotel. Mm-hmm. And I'm usually half in the bag, so Mama has to drive on twisty, turny, dark roads. So, and I have a hard time seeing at night. So. That is very true. Yeah. So I've tried my best to make it a little easier on you. Mm-hmm. So Thursday we left a little early. I didn't have a whole hell of a lot to drink Thursday night. I really didn't have a lot to drink any night, but you got to give context though too. It's like, and like 10:30 doesn't seem like it's that late, but the problem is that we've actually toned our bodies on a schedule. Sure. So I'd say 9 out of 10 times, it doesn't matter what time I go to bed. I'm up at like 6 or 6:30. Yeah, it's true. And so it's like, if I'm going, and it's like, I can't sleep past that time. Yeah. So if I'm up at 6 or 6:30, but I'm not going to bed till like 1 a.m, I'm only getting like 5.5 hours of sleep, and I can't go back to bed. I know. So and it kind of, and then you did better the next 2 nights because you were zonked. I was, but then you have to then you get behind on your sleep, right? Mm-hmm. And that's what causes you to feel even more burnt out because you get tired. And one thing we loved this year was Nicole starting the half hour later. Yeah, that was perfect. We loved it.
So yeah, Thursday was great. And of course, your social battery gets run down as much as I could talk all day. I know that seems possible, but at the end of the day, I'm beat too, aren't I?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we had, and I'm not going to be able to remember all the presentations I saw or listened to, but Porterhouse's was one of the best. He talked about seeing a patch of grass at his field he'd been staring at for 15 years that was always greener than all the other patches. And eventually decided to tear into it, dug it, trenched it, made a French drain out of it, and gets tens and sometimes hundreds of gallons a day out of it. So it was very impressive. What a great story. If it's on the LFTN channel, check it out because it's worth watching. Patrick did a forging demo, which was really cool. He did forging with coal and with a hand blower, which was really cool. Beyond that, let's see, who else did we? John Pugliano did a. Hey, look, there's Liv, our daughter. Good to see you, Liv. She's been helping us big time. Her and her husband Curtis, man, taking care of things for us, which means we wouldn't be able to do it without them.
Yeah, they're holding the fort down pretty good.
So let's see who was new this year at LFTN. I think just Ian. Maybe there might have been one more person, but Ian was great. Well, AJ was new too. AJ had never been there too.
Ian
So.
AJ.
Or some of them were new. I don't know how many, but there was a few that couldn't
or
come. Yeah, there was a few no-shows.
Yeah.
But we got along with both new guys really well. We had a hell of a time. There was lots of bourbon around. We did a cognac, or actually an Armagnac tasting. Was it Friday night? Thursday night. I think we did that Thursday night.
I think it was Thursday. Yeah.
Thursday night. Then Friday night we did a rum tasting. And Friday night was the barter blanket, which we don't talk about the barter blanket, but we are going to tease the fact that everybody who would ever come to one of these events would really enjoy the barter blanket. It's what you think it is, and it's a whole hell of a lot more, right?
It was.
And we toasted to a gentleman named Mark, who was there last year and passed away from this year, sometime between this year and last year.
Well, and Ian was his son.
Ian was his son.
Ian is his son. Sorry.
Ian is his son. Yep. Ian was a great dude, man. Ian, if you end up listening to this episode, we really appreciated this company, didn't we?
Yeah, no, very, very good. Yeah, like really, really nice to meet him. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then so Friday, so who else spoke, babe? Porterhouse did a couple.
Donald's presentation was really good.
Donald's was so good, guys. Donald, EMT Don, you've heard him on my show before. He just talked about his personal journey that he's been open about before, but it's his journey to share. So if you want to hear that, I bet that's probably on the channel too. Sean Mills did a great one on, actually, it wasn't really about solar. It was about rehabbing a homestead after it being empty for 5 years.
And then there was another, he did solar too.
He did. He was doing a solar build the whole weekend. And the food was great. Man, the food was really good. The three people putting it all together. So we had Oxy and Leos and Mel. They did a good job, didn't they?
Yeah.
And we supplied some Canadian maple cookies, didn't we?
We did. Everyone seemed to like them.
They did. They went quick. We should have brought more boxes. So
I brought 2 boxes.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know how anybody could eat those.
Whatever.
Disgusting.
They were what they were. John Pugliano's was great. His is all about making money, which is always good. I didn't get to hear Nicole's. I did. She was up under a bit of it anyway. She was up under the Taj Mahaler, which Taj Mahaler is the covered deck area behind her house. So she did good. What else did we? Who else here, baby? Well, you didn't hear many, did you?
No, I didn't. I kind of, and it sucks though too, because like I unfortunately I did have to work.
No, it's fine. I was just gonna look at my pictures here so I didn't forget anybody.
Yeah.
But Porterhouse. Jenny did one talking about what she'd been up to. Harry, he did a great one actually. Hogeye, funny story. Wow. We at the morning we were leaving Sunday morning, we go in and we like to go. Which was so nice. It was glorious.
It was well needed.
It was.
Yeah.
So we wander our ass down. Well, we do a load of laundry just before we leave the hotel. We wander down to Waffle House. We sit down. We eat. We order. We're ready to pay, and the lady's like, "Oh, your meal's been paid for." It's like, well, this is weird. We're 3,000 kilometers from home, who would have paid for our meal?
You
And
can
she's-
see him sneakily looking.
Well, I'm
over
looking
the-
around like, who in the world? And I see this one little
and he
eye
just
kind
kind of creeps around.
peeking out, looking at me, and then back down. And I was like, yep. So if you guys don't know Hot Guy Harry, what him and his wife are just salt of the earth people, eh?
Yeah.
So nice, just sweet. And so anyway, he paid for our meal before we could. And thank you, Harry. Those kind of serendipitous get-togethers are a lot of fun, aren't they? And so, yeah, he did one on the SKIP program, which is Skills to Inherit Property, the one that Paul Wheaton does. And I learned a lot from that. Melissa, the only blind lady I've ever seen.
Sarah.
Why did I say Melissa? I was talking about
Sarah.
Melissa. Sarah. I had a picture of Melissa up here too. So Sarah, the only blind lady who could do soap, and Melissa did some incredible food this weekend. So yeah, so Sarah did awesome with the soap. Really good, actually.
And she made bread too.
Oh, she did. I didn't get to see her make bread. I kind
of caught bits and pieces of it.
She's an incredible lady, you know that? Yeah,
It's pretty
awesome.
handy.
She's very handy. Patricia, she's a lawyer. She did a pretty good presentation on getting your geese in a row, and it was great. It wasn't too deep in the weeds, but it was kind of about, business and that sort of thing from a legal perspective. And then Porterhouse did another presentation on building your brand on YouTube. That was a hell of a time. Matthew did one on rental properties or investment properties, which was great. We're going to have him on the show to talk about that because it was top notch. And yep, John Pugliano's was old skills to make new money. So leave it to him. And
he likes his money.
Oh, how could you not? Then we had a great couple who played music, which was awesome. They actually played some Bare Naked Ladies songs. And if you're like, what did he just say? Yeah, that's a famous Canadian band if you don't know about them. But my favorite song by them is Brian Wilson, named after the lead singer of the Beach Boys.
One of the singers.
Yeah, the lead singer, right? Wasn't he?
No, not the lead singer.
Brian Wilson wasn't the lead singer?
No.
Oh, I thought he was.
The other
My
guy
bad.
was.
Okay. But he was the one that, was he the songwriter then? Is that what happened? Or just...
I don't know if he played the drums or I don't know what he did, but he wasn't the lead singer.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, so anyway, Brian Wilson. It was a good song. Saturday was the final night, and we ended early. And then ended up...
we didn't get out of there early.
No, we didn't end early, but the event ends early, and then it's just pure mayhem after that.
Yeah.
We get drunk as a skunk, and he was the songwriter who went crazy. Yes, I thought he was a songwriter, but it's a good song anyway. It's a really good song. So Saturday night, we just chilled and did our thing and hung out with friends. I recorded 2 interviews, so I got about a half-hour interview for the Patreon with Patrick. You'll get some snips, maybe a 5 or 10 minute on the main channel, and then I also got Porterhouse to sit down and do one. And you came down and you listened to the Porterhouse one, didn't you?
Yeah. I needed. I needed.
Mama was peopled out, and she needed to just come sit the hell down and do nothing, and it was great. You had a good time, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah. So then straight back, we came back yesterday. We kind of picked our way back a little bit, and by the time we pulled in, who was waiting for us?
Patrick
Rohrman. So if you don't know Patrick, he is MT Knives. He is the dude who designs, manufactures all these cool knives. If you see anybody in our community that has the Genesis neck knife.
Well, Curtis has one. Barrett has one.
Jamie up the road has one. We got one for
Mackie.
Mackenzie, our son. And then, so he shows up, the crazy fool. You guys might have seen the live stream last night. He's like, you got any food? And we're like, well, I don't know. He goes, not really. And he goes, you got any way to cook it? I'm like, no, not really. He goes, okay. So then a half hour later, he messaged me. He's like, I got ribeyes. I'm like, well, I hope you know how you're going to cook them. So I pull in the driveway. Who's in here but Patrick? He's like, hey, guys, welcome to Delinquents Gully. He's got his portable bandsaw out, and he's cutting up metal rod to make a field expedient charcoal grill. So we come up the hill with a bunch of metal rods and some steak, and he dumps the charcoal on the ground. We take some footing blocks. If you don't know what those are, they're like those 4x4 holding blocks. We had 3 of those and a chunk. So If you didn't hear that, homemade guacamole. And it was great, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
Really good.
And then he also introduced us to the guacamole song. So I think it was totally made up, but he seemed to think it was great.
I
So
don't know. I think I've heard that before. So.
I'm going to say I did too, but maybe he just implanted a memory in us because he's really good at that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, he came, we ate. Well, I saved a little piece of the steak for breakfast this morning. I fried it up in my jet boil stove with a little bit of butter, some seasoning salt, and I was happy, wasn't I? Mm-hmm. And we get up just in time for Brian to show up, Brian Alexovich, and shortly after, Sean, Dawn, and Amy, right?
Amy.
Yep. So the three of them, the Mills, showed up to make the first permanent install of solar power here, right, baby?
Yep.
So we now have a 230 some watt panel, I think he said.
Give or take.
Give or take. We Brian had to cut some trees down, hack some brush down. We pulled up some leftover 2x4s to build a frame, and Sean ran, I don't know, 40 or 50 feet of wire up here, and we now have power. I mean, it'll be enough. So it's enough. We were getting at its peak about 150 watts coming in, maybe 175 to charge my Blue Eddy power station. So if we can get that to charge, I can then piggyback into the Anchor one, right? Mm-hmm. So that was a hell of a time. We got that set up, and then we walked around and made a water plan. So,
and he sent you some.
He sent me
crazy,
some crazy professor. Yeah, doodling. Yes. So, since he didn't have enough to do this evening, he sat down and drew up some plans and sent them. And if you want to see them, they're in the Telegram group. So we've kind of been looking at where we're going to dam up the stream, so then we can use a direct 12-volt DC pump with a limiter and a solar panel to pump the water up here to an IBC tote. So between that and rainwater, we're going to be laughing.
Yeah,
at least we're going to be doing okay.
It's going to be quite high after all this.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit. Yeah. So Olivia says, how's it sleeping in the cabin? What have you thought? You've had 2 nights here so far?
It's not horrible.
Yeah. We made an upgrade.
We had a double bed.
Which is behind us right at the moment.
This guy, he's going to the storage unit. And I had about one night of that because Mr. Cook doesn't know how to sleep still. So we upgraded to a king bed because I wasn't dealing with that for more than one night.
It's not my fault you kept pushing me out of the bed.
Yeah, right. And then our little mini washing machine showed up, but that's not hooked up yet, of course.
So we upgraded to a king bed because that was our plan all along anyway. So
we upgraded to a king. We got some blinds hung.
Got some more to hang for you.
We got some more blinds to hang, and we've got curtains to hang. And tomorrow we're doing a supply run for some more stuff, like some more furniture. And
we're going to run to Jackson tomorrow. Yep. We're going to check out the Habitat for Humanity restore.
Yeah, see, we could find like a shower stall and maybe some counters and maybe a sink.
Yeah, we'll see what we can come up with.
See what they have, because it's got to be worth the cost, because sometimes
it's not.
They can jack up the price pretty good on that stuff, and sometimes you can get it really, really cheap.
Well, if anybody, do they have Value Village in the States? I don't know if you guys have Value Village in the States, but we have it in Canada.
Yes, I think
they do. Okay. Well, it's a place where people donate stuff to it.
Yeah.
And their prices have gotten absolutely insane. Did
you see that TikTok with the lady buying the bags of Lego?
No.
So you know those big mega blocks that you can get at Walmart,
like Duplo or whatever.
Well, and they're the big bags, and they're like $24.99.
But are they the big pieces like the little kids would play with?
Yeah, like the mega blocks or whatever. Yeah. So they're $24.99 for a brand new huge bag at Walmart.
Okay.
She went and they had them in clear bags that they had. If they were mispriced.
Right.
And he's like, no, they're not. But if you want to wait until they go on clearance, then you can get them for like 20% off or something.
Are you serious?
And then it's like, and then everybody was in the comments and they're like, you can get them brand new at Walmart for $25.
They've gotten carried away.
So I don't know. I don't go to Value Village at all, but
So then the plan is we're going to run to Jackson. If we get a bunch of cool stuff at the restore, we're going to fill the truck and come back with it.
Yeah, because we were looking for flooring and
yes,
stuff like
so
that too.
we're just going to put vinyl plank flooring down here eventually. And if we don't get to it, well, we're not going to get to it this trip, but we're planning, I'm thinking maybe 2 work days here, right before the work SRF in the fall. We're not doing a road trip, but we are flying down for a few days.
Yeah.
So one of the jobs is probably going to be to insulate in here, I think.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that anyway. And
Hey,
Evening
Chris.
Tim and the Real Reason I'll watch. Hey, Becky. Jeez. You know, I thought Chris was my friend. I think he still is.
He's my friend.
The rain's kicking our signal just a little bit.
There we go.
We went down. So after we got solar and the water walk done, and we also filmed a shit ton of content today for. We probably filmed 2 full episodes of Delinquent Gully Chronicles today.
Yep.
1 for solar, 1 for water, and then it was a lot of fun. We went out for supper. We're a late lunch, early supper with Sean and Dawn and Amy. And we went to Prater's Taters.
I wish Brian could have joined us, but
yes.
he said he had to be back for the dogs.
For the dogs. I get that.
Those damn dogs.
Those damn dogs, yeah. So it's a place that sells baked potatoes.
Yeah.
And also sandwiches.
Actually,
and,
I think the kids would really like it because
we've never taken them
I think all the kids, even Mackenzie loves baked potatoes.
Yeah.
But they're it's not one big potato, but they take 2 big potatoes,
very big potatoes,
fill a bowl, and
they cut the ends off to make it look like it's one long potato.
But you have like 15 different options.
Yeah, so you got just cheese and sour cream.
I just no, it was just butter and sour cream. That's my go-to. But then there's like
Amy got chili cheese and, unbeknownst to herself, onions.
It was a loaded chili, and then there's like pulled pork.
I think Dawn got pulled pork. I might be wrong, but hers looked so good.
Yeah, but there's like 15. We'll have to take a picture of the menu.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah,
but it's just this cute little place. And I got what was mine? It was
He's not funny.
Yeah, Sean. Yeah. Anyway, so I got Sean and I each ordered the same sandwich, but he got a bacon macaroni salad, which is good. I had that last time, and I had a big bowl of chili with beans in it, just in case anybody wants to argue over chili tonight.
Well, we're not in Texas. So.
No, but so that was fun. And then
I put beans in my chili. It makes it more substantial.
So, and then another cool story about community. I'm not going to mention the person's name because I'm not sure if they want to. But after we got talking about showers we got a little leak right up there. I don't know where it's coming from. So, but that's okay. We'll fix that. Yeah. That's part of the fun of putting the roof on. But so a couple of shows ago, when I was talking about, I did an update on Delinquents Gully cabin. The first person I heard from was Sean. He's like, hey, we need to get together and do a work day at your place to put up solar, and we'll shoot a bunch of content. And guess what? That's what we did today. And then later on that day, a truck driver from our community said, were you serious about wanting to trade showers? And I was like, because it sounded really, really funny, didn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, I was like, absolutely. So this is a perfect thing, but he gets a whole bunch. Some truckers get hundreds of free showers at Love's because, they just can't use them. So we have a cool thing where I trade a patch for a shower. It's a great deal for both of us because if not, I pay $18 out of pocket for a shower. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And we don't need 2 showers. They let us use 1 shower, which is, whatever for what it's worth. And,
I'll take it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, until we get water down here.
Yeah. So then tomorrow, after we go to I guess it depends on, we're going to go to Jackson.
Yep.
And have a meal, pick up whatever we can to fill the truck.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't fill it too much, then we're going to get all the material for the bathhouse.
Yes.
And if we do get too much, then we're going to come back, unload, and then go to Savannah to get the material because Brian and I are going to build the bathhouse.
Or we could, because we were going to go to Camden.
We're going to Camden on Wednesday night.
But don't we have to go back that way to get to Jackson?
No, maybe. No, not really.
How far do we have to go?
It would add a half hour to the trip.
Like right to Love's?
We got to go to Love's, and then if you want to go to Camden, you got to go further north.
No. I'm not talking about Camden.
Oh, yeah, to Love's, yeah.
Okay, but that's where we get on the highway.
Yeah.
near Jackson.
Mhm.
Why don't we stop at the Tractor Supply place and rent a trailer for $25?
Oh, we probably could.
And then
Yeah.
you don't have to make 2 trips.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, we probably could.
Yeah.
That would kind of. Yeah, I think we
kinda
probably could. Just suck pulling that damn thing on the
It's only an
interstate.
hour.
Oh yeah, no, I don't mind. We can do it. Sure, that's a great idea, Mrs. Cook. And then we can get everything all at once. Come down here and then take it back. I like that.
Because it's only in Parsons.
Yeah. So Jason Elliott says butter, sour cream, cheese, and smoked meats. Oh, that sounds really good.
I think they had one with that
Smoked
kind of
meat?
Oh yeah, they had.
Oh.
Yeah, they have a lot of selection.
There is nothing I love better than a juicy, wet piece of smoked meat in my mouth. That's a true story.
That's why you're going to get canceled.
I'm not going to get canceled because I like putting juicy, wet meat in my mouth. Why is that a problem?
You've got issues.
I don't. Whatever. Anyway, I don't care if it's smoked or not, but I sure like smoked meat. So, anyway, so that we're going to pick that up tomorrow, and then Brian and I are going to build. I don't know if I may have mentioned the bathhouse, but I might as well fill them in again on it.
Mm-hmm.
So back here, there is actually right here there is a steel door that we come and go in. And then back behind us, there's another steel door on the kitty corner. So at the back door with the back, I want to call it deck or whatever, we're going to build just off that what we're going to call a bathhouse. And in that is going to be a composting toilet, a shower stall of some sort,
and
the laundry. And we're also going to put about 4 feet of that for storage because we need kind of a, what do you want to call it, baby? Like a tool shed?
Kind of, yeah.
A tool shed, was it Hank Hill, but it wasn't Hank Hill on Beavis and Butthead?
I don't know.
You don't know that one? Those boys will whack it in my tool shed.
That's right. We do have a free trailer rental because you would have got that in your email. Because
Yes.
we just signed up at that Tractor
At
Supply.
Tractor Supply, if you're a member of the neighborhood club, you can get a free trailer rental incentive every quarter.
We actually. Oh, I bet
Check
you we're
that
going to
out.
have
Yeah,
that.
and if we don't, we'll get points for doing it. So Dixon said if they haven't canceled Backwoods Butcher yet, Tim's wet meat is fine. Thank you. Yes, that's what we'll do then. So that'll get, the plan is to have a working toilet up the hill.
Yeah,
by
I'm getting
Wednesday.
tired of going down there.
Yeah. I mean, you've only been here, this will be night number 3 or night number 4?
Yeah, but I don't like going down there in the dark.
No,
I have the solar lights up,
I
but
don't
it's
want you
still,
to have to.
It's still it's still really dark, and I'll be 100% honest. I'm like, you can see the lights, but like if I have to go down in the middle of the night and you're sleeping,
right,
and
you slipped and fell,
and my clumsy ass, which it usually does, trips and falls, and I land in that creek, you're not going to hear me.
No,
and like I'll be able to get out, but I'm going to be pissed.
You're getting pretty good at using nature. I'm really
I know, but
impressed with
I'm
you.
really clumsy.
No, but you are. I mean, for a city girl who never grew up peeing in the woods, I think you're getting pretty good at it. So,
but I'm a clumsy person, especially at 2:00 in the morning, and I don't want to be falling.
No, and I don't want you to. I would feel really bad after I laughed for a minute or two.
Oh, I'd be mad.
I know, and I would be very sad. So yeah. And Dixon says a toilet uphill the cabin sounds like a bad idea. It's not technically uphill, so thank goodness. But yeah,
it's just up the hill where our cabin is from
I call
the other
it up
toilet.
the hill, but yeah, it'll actually be slightly below, ever so slightly. But the main, well, not the main reason, but we put it behind so that it's not out front of the cabin, but also not that it's going to stink, but the prevailing winds come from the other direction. So if there ever is a slight foul, odorous,
it's just from Tim.
Yeah, it's from me. Yeah, right, from me, she says. So yeah, so it'll blow it off the other way. But really what I want is to get just going to build a bench with a bucket in it for the toilet. That's all we need. And we'll get a toilet seat and that's it.
Yeah, and it would be and
a steel door.
And a steel door because we're going to use it for storage in the meantime until we get something else built. But
there you go. Jason says we need a chamber pot. Eliminates night trips to the outhouse. You know what? My grandmother had one of those. She would take it upstairs. It was like a 4-gallon mop bucket is what it was. She used it for years. She was really good at using it. My dad, he called it a slop bucket. Dad, I love Dad. He's like, your grandmother and that damn slop bucket. But I guess it worked, So, and Nate says Erin would be laughing her ass off at me asking, what are you doing? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So yeah, anyway. So yes, a chamber pot would be good. But here's the thing we're going to build, like I said. I know you mentioned putting a window in there. I don't think we should put a window in there because you want your privacy when you go to the
That's where
bathroom.
we have blinds.
I suppose. Yeah.
No, we're going to need a window in there because if we're going to have a shower,
yes,
you need to have a way to eliminate the mist and stuff and the steam, because then if we have anything stored in there, you don't want to get mildew and moldy.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah. So no, I'm good with that. Jason Elliott wants to know if your grandpa had a turd knife. Forget what that's from. I've heard that joke before.
Actually, that was a story on Reddit.
Was it? Oh, that's right. It was.
They had a turd knife. That was so gross.
Oh man, no. But oh, cool. Hey, Mahim Crowdcherry says, hey. Chowdhury says, hey brother, hope you're all well. I've been on your channel since your Eneloop review. That is a long ways back. It's good to have you. I love seeing new names. So yes, now here's the thing. My grandpa,
an etched window. There you go.
an etched window that opens up a bit for light and ventilation. That's a good idea. Yeah, we can even get that spray on etched stuff.
Yeah,
that
we might find one at the resale store.
We'll see what we can come up with.
Yeah, need something because we don't want a whole bunch of mildew in there.
So my dad grew up in a house that had an outhouse attached to it, which isn't quite as nice as a composting toilet.
Mm.
Which is fine. But the thing was, his grandfather for him to dig a perfectly square hole. To literally dump shit and piss in, it had to be a square hole. Why? So they have to, I don't know, maybe to teach him. I don't know. I'd love to know why, but it had to be perfectly square with flat walls in the whole, like how, you know what I mean? Weird. That's like asking the new guy at work to throw out a whole bunch of light bulbs, but to dust them off before you throw them in the dumpster, because that's been done before.
That's weird.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, but yeah, so that's where we're at. So yeah, day 41, 42, whatever you want to call this, has been a hell of a road trip. So where are we heading after that? We're going
Wednesday.
Yeah, I guess we're going to leave late Wednesday night.
Yeah,
Brian's.
Well, we'll see.
Brian works till 3 or so.
We'll Brian's coming down to get the bathroom built, and depending on how long that takes and stuff, we were thinking probably just heading out in a couple hours.
Yeah,
so we could break up the trip a little bit.
See if we can get at least we can get east of Nashville. Mm-hmm. That would be nice for sure. Somewhere along there, because it's about an 8-hour drive to Harmony, North Carolina. But the cool thing about this drive is it's 9. You want to call it as the interstate driving. So this will be nice. Mm-hmm. We've never been there. We decided to book a hotel instead of camping, which I'm fine with. You know, that was as much my suggestion as yours. Because,
I don't know.
We're staying in I don't mind staying in a cabin here, but when we go to these events, it's nice to have.
And then you got to worry about, like people. Like, and not saying anybody's going to be like that, but
no.
But sometimes people can't take the hint that
yeah,
you know what I mean, and you don't want to be rude to them.
And it's not like we're gonna, it's only 15 to the hotel, so it's not like we're going to, it's not like we're not going to stay late and I'll sit and drink bourbon and smoke cigars with Joel and hang out with Chris, Angry American, and I'm actually excited to meet Franklin Horton in person. That I'm really excited about. And so, that's it's about a 2.5 day event. I speak, let me see, I get Friday morning early, I think like 9:00, and then Saturday afternoon, somewhere around 2:30. And that's it. And then we're done. And then, it runs Sunday morning. We might, I don't know if we can leave Saturday night or not, but we'll see where we end up. Or we leave Sunday morning, it's no
we'll
big
probably
deal.
do our where we leave late Sunday morning, probably could do laundry and stuff, right?
And then we'll come back. So we're going to drive back. We'll be back here Sunday. And then
I say we split it up.
Yeah, and come back Monday. So we'll be back here Monday. So we'll have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then I guess Thursday
we head home.
I think we'll be here Thursday, and then Friday morning we'll leave to get to Nate and Aaron's. I think I got that right, or it might be Thursday morning. I got to look at the. It's probably Thursday morning.
Because when does Nate and Aaron start? Friday.
Yes, I think so.
So then why would we go up on Friday if it starts Friday?
Yeah, you're probably right. I'll double check.
I'm
that,
pretty
anyway.
sure you said Thursday.
It probably is. Yeah, I might have the days wrong there. So
Yeah.
Nate, if you're still in here listening, let me know for sure what day it starts, and then I just posted it in Telegram too, but I forget exactly.
You're wrong.
Yeah, I'm always wrong. So we're gonna head straight north to Illinois, and then we're going to Friday is the start day. Okay,
so then we're leaving Thursday.
Yep, then we'll be leaving Thursday. Thank you very much. Yes, so
He's
then
wrong.
I'm always wrong. So we'll be leaving Thursday morning from here, driving up. And we'll be getting there. So that's what I was thinking. We didn't have to leave first thing Thursday because it doesn't start till Friday evening.
Yeah, but we're not going to drive all day Friday.
No.
We'll be useless on Friday.
Yeah.
Night,
so that'll get us up there Friday, Saturday, head out Sunday morning. And I guess we're going to head straight west and go to the mailbox before we come home, right?
Yeah.
So that's going to add like one more day. But I think when it's all said and done, the original day I planned on being home is the day we'll be home. Looks like Wednesday the 15th, I think. So, Livy, if you're still in here, I saw you had a question earlier asking if we were being home on the 10th, but no, the 15th is when we had originally.
Because I forgot about Nate and Aaron's.
Oh, yeah. No, but that's going to be a good time. And
And actually, no, I didn't forget about Nate and Aaron's.
Right.
What happened was I forgot about the event this weekend.
Right.
And I thought this weekend was Nate and Aaron's.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah, that's fine. And Nate says we'll have to check out Farm and Fleet. Yeah, I haven't been to one of those yet. So I know he's told me before. It might be like Tractor Supply or so we'll definitely check.
I know I've been picking up a whole crap ton of wind chimes. So.
Yeah, are those going home with us or are they for here?
The 3 I bought tonight are going home with me.
Okay, that's fine.
But the ones I bought at Walmart are going to be for here.
Okay. No, that's good then. Canadian Tire, right? We've had this discussion so many times.
And I got to try to find a birdhouse.
I know. Yeah.
Maybe I can find one in Jackson.
Yeah, we'll check tomorrow for you. All right, babe. I think that wrapped it up. I wanted to have a little shorter one tonight because I've got a few episodes that are in the queue that I need to upload for you guys. So we'll have those. Keep an eye on the podcast feed. I think presentation, or when do you think we'll get live again? I don't know. I'm not going to promise because every time I've mentioned it, but it's worked out great.
Yeah,
We've had a hell of a time.
We're staying in a hotel.
Yep.
In North Carolina, so
so maybe we'll do a Thursday night one in North Carolina.
Yeah,
or Wednesday.
No, we could do Sunday
after the event.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, what we'll do is when we leave Sunday, we're going to stop halfway.
Absolutely.
And we'll do it from the hotel that we stop at.
Yeah, and we'll do a recap after Mountain Readiness, which I'm excited for. That'll be good. Yeah, and then we get a couple more days here to kind of close things up before we head north, and then sadly I have to go back to
reality in life.
Yeah, that too. The People's Republic of Kanakistan, right? So,
reality in life.
Yes, you and the kids. Yeah. So, all right, guys, we appreciate you. So we will see you when we get back on live. So this was 2 nights because we've hell of a trip, haven't we, baby?
Yeah, we had Patrick last
night. I did. So. That was so much fun. So anyway, guys, as always, stay happy, stay healthy, and have a great week.